Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores and then we'll get on to the picks for Saturday, March 13th. There's 12 games, so we'll go through them quick. We're not going to say much about the games. We'll just go through them and make some picks. But first, tonight we had Vegas against the St. Louis Blues, kind of a back and forth game. The Blues ended up losing to Vegas 5-4 in overtime, so we got that one wrong. Minnesota took care of Arizona 4-0. We got that one right. Edmonton took care of Ottawa 6-2. We got that one right. Colorado over the LA Kings 2-0. We got that one right. And San Jose 6-0 over Anaheim Ducks. They were all over the Ducks. So we got that one right. So the best bet was the Sharks. We got that right. That record goes to 11-5. Overall picks was 4-1. So that record goes to 72-53. And then the parlay that I did was Minnesota money line, which went through, under 5.5. That went through. Edmonton money line went through, and then the Vegas Blues over 5.5. That went through. So that's awesome. I think that's 3 parlays days in a row, which is it's awesome. Happy about that. Anyway, we'll get on to some picks for Saturday. We'll see if we can keep it rolling over the weekend. I definitely am. I've looked at this slate of games on Saturday a few different ways, and I think we're in for some upsets. Some of these seem way too easy, and Vegas never lets that happen. So anyway, let's just go through it, and I'll tell you what I think. The New York Rangers against Boston. Boston 4-4-2 in their last 10 with a current 1-game winning streak. Halak has been confirmed in net for Boston. The Rangers are 5-5-0 in their last 10, current 3-game losing streak. Keith Kincaid has been confirmed to be in net for the Rangers. They're in 6th with 23 points in the Mass Mutual East. Boston sits in 4th with 32 points. The teams played on Thursday, and Boston won that game 4-0. Boston leads this season series 4-1. I kind of like this place for Kincaid to show up and play a good game, and I'm kind of hoping Panarin's back for this game. I know Rangers are going to be a big underdog, but I'm going to go for the Rangers here to win this game against Boston. It's going to be my first pick. Second game, Dallas against Columbus. Columbus is 2-6-2 with an overtime decision, with Merzlikins listed as probable for them in net. Dallas is 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Ottinger is listed in net for Dallas. They're in 7th with 21 points in the Discover Central, whereas Columbus sits in 5th with 26 points. Columbus lost a tough 5-4 overtime loss to Florida in their last game. The Stars lost 4-2 to the Chicago team in their last game. 2 games apiece in this series. Radulov, I think, is going to be back for the Stars in this game, but I kind of look to Merzlikins to have a good game, and I look to Columbus to get a home win here. I'm going to pick Columbus for my second pick. Next game, we got Montreal against Calgary. Calgary 4-4-2 with a current 1-game winning streak. Markstrom is listed in net for Calgary against a Montreal team that's 3-2-5 with a current 1-game losing streak. Carey Price is listed in net for Montreal. They're in 4th with 31 points in the Scotia North. Calgary in 5th with 27 points. When these teams last played on Thursday, it was Daryl Sutter's first time behind the team on the bench for the Flames. It was a 1-goal game, and the Flames won that game 2-1. They definitely played a tired Montreal team, though. The Flames lead this series 2-1. And I know Calgary's excited about the new coach, and they think they're going to head off to the playoffs and have a run at the Cup. I don't think that's the case. I see a rested Montreal team taking Calgary and winning this game. I'm going to pick Montreal to beat Calgary. Next, Pittsburgh against Buffalo. Buffalo 1-7-2. Current 1-game losing streak. Carter Hutton has been confirmed to be in net for Buffalo. Pittsburgh is 7-3-0 with a current 4-game winning streak. Tristan Jarry is listed in net. They're in 3rd, 33 points in the Mass Mutual East. Buffalo in last, 8th, 16 points. The Penguins won 5-2 when these teams played on Thursday, and that was the first time that these guys have met this season. I'm going to go Buffalo here. I'm hoping Pittsburgh is looking a little ahead to when they play Boston next, and that Buffalo comes out hot and hangs on to a lead. I'm going to go Buffalo to upset Pittsburgh here. Next pick, Islanders against the Devils. The Devils 2-7-1 with a current 1-game losing streak. Mackenzie Blackwood is listed in net for the Devils. The Islanders are 9-0-1 with a current 7-game winning streak. I think Varlamov, I don't know if Sorokin's going to be in net. I'm not sure who's going to be in net here. Depending where you look, they got different guys listed. I think it's going to be Sorokin, but I'm not sure. Islanders are first with 38 points in the Mass Mutual East. The Devils in 7th with 19 points. The Islanders won 5-3 on Thursday when they played the Devils. And this will be the second of 3 in a row that these teams meet. And the Islanders lead this season series 3-1. The Devils definitely don't have a good record at home. I think they've got 2 home wins so far in regulation. If Wedgwood was in net here, I might even look at the Devils for an upset, but I don't see that happening. And the Islanders are just firing everywhere. I mean, they're getting... Everyone's helping that team out play the way that hockey should be played. I really like this Islanders team. I got to go the Islanders here. Islanders to beat the Devils is going to be my pick. Next, Washington against Philadelphia. Philadelphia is 5-5-0 with a current 1-game losing streak. Carter Hart listed as probable for Philadelphia. Washington 8-1-1. It's a nice last 10 record for sure. Current 3-game winning streak. Samsonova is listed in net for Washington. They're in second, 36 points in this Mass Mutual East. Philadelphia in 5th with 29 points. Capitals won 5-3 on Thursday when these teams met. And Washington leads this season series 2-1. The last game at home before the Flyers head to New York for a 4-game road trip. And I see the Flyers hopefully giving the fans something to cheer about this game. They didn't the first game that the fans were back, but I see Philadelphia getting a win here before they head out. I'm going to go Philadelphia to beat Washington as my pick. Nashville against Tampa. Tampa is 8-1-1 in their last 10 current 1-game losing streak. Vasilevsky is listed in net for Tampa against Nashville that are 4-5-1 in their last 10 current 1-game losing streak. Pekka Rinne is listed in net for Nashville. They're in 6th with 23 points in the Discover Central, whereas Tampa is in 2nd with 38 points. Predators lost their last game to Carolina 5-1. The Lightning also suffered a loss to Detroit in their last game. The Lightning have won all 4 times that these teams have met, and now they're in second, 1 place behind Carolina. I think that they're going to be a little angry, and I think they're going to come out and take some of it out on Nashville. I see Tampa coming back here and trying to get back in first place in their division. So Tampa's going to win this game over Nashville. Nashville's got too many problems right now. Next game, Chicago against Florida. Florida 6-2-2 in their last 10 with a current 2-game winning streak. Bobrovsky is listed in net for Florida right now. Chicago 5-4-1 with a current 1-game winning streak. Lankinen is listed in net for Chicago. They're in 4th with 33 points in the Discover Central. Florida in 3rd with 38 points. Hawks last won 4-2 against Dallas, and the Panthers played a great comeback game, and they beat Columbus 5-4 in overtime. The teams have not played against each other since January, and the Panthers took both games that they did play in January, 5-2 and 5-4. I like this goalie matchup here, and I mean, the Hawks know how important it is to get some points on a team that's above them right now so they can stay in the running here. I'm going to go Chicago here. Chicago to beat Florida. That's going to be my pick. Next game, Winnipeg against Toronto. Toronto 6-4-0 in their last 10. Current 1-game winning streak. Anderson listed in net. Winnipeg 7-2-1 with an overtime decision. Hellebuck is listed in net for Winnipeg. They're in 3rd with 34 points in the Scotia North. Toronto sits in 1st with 40 points. The Leafs bounced back and won 4-3 in overtime on Thursday, and the Leafs now lead the season series 2-1. This will be the 3rd game in a row between these teams. Jets head home after this game. And I like that they had an optional practice here on Friday to get a little rest. I think both these teams are quite healthy. I'd like to see Scheifele have a good game and end the road trip with a win. This is the last game for this road trip, and I'm going to call Winnipeg to win the game over Toronto. I'm sure that's an underdog too. Next game, Vegas against St. Louis. St. Louis 4-3-3 with 3 overtime decisions. Husso is listed in net for the Blues. Vegas 7-3-0. Current 1-game winning decision. Oscar Danks is listed in net for Vegas. They're in 1st with 35 points. In the Honda West, St. Louis in third with 33 points, tied with Minnesota. These teams played a back-and-forth game here on Friday night, but Vegas took the game in overtime. Game apiece in this series. The Blues will want this game. As the next time they play, I believe they play in Vegas. Tarasenko scored his first goal since he's been back. O'Reilly, Perron, they're both playing well. Vegas almost doubled the Blues in shots, though, and the Blues are pretty beat up. This is Husso's first game against the Vegas team, and I'm going to look to him and Tarasenko, and I'm going to hope the Blues pull out a win here. I'm going to pick the Blues to beat Vegas. Next game, Edmonton and Vancouver. Vancouver is 4-5-1 with a current one-game losing streak. Demko is listed in net for Vancouver. Edmonton 7-3-0 in their last 10 with a current four-game winning streak. Koskinen is listed in net. They're in second with 36 points in the Scotia North. Vancouver 6th with 26 points. Oilers played Ottawa on Friday night 6-2, sweeping a three-game series that they just played. The Canucks lost their last game 5-1 to Montreal. The Oilers lead this season series 3-1. The Canucks have been anything but consistent. I mean, they go and they beat Toronto twice, and then now they can't, and then they beat Montreal. They're all over the place. Edmonton showing a little more consistency. They did have a hiccup, but McDavid's, I think he had a goal and 2 assists on Friday, and his first Oiler to get 50 points this season. And there's a lot of other guys on that team that are playing really well. I think this team's too hot to go away from right now. I think you got to go Edmonton here to beat Vancouver. That's going to be my pick, Edmonton to beat Vancouver. Last game, San Jose Sharks against Anaheim. Anaheim 2-5-3, current two-game losing streak. Ryan Miller is listed in net for Anaheim. The Sharks are 4-4-2, current two-game winning streak. I think Martin Jones will be in net for the Sharks on this game. They're in 7th, 23 points. Now they jump past Anaheim to go from last into second last. In the Honda West, Anaheim now takes last spot, 8th with 22 points. The Sharks handled the Ducks 6-0 on Friday night, and it looked like they had control of that whole game. The Sharks lead the season series 3-1, and I think the Sharks go to Vegas after this. So, I mean, they're going to want some more points here. And I didn't really watch much of the game, but I kind of looked it over here at the end of the day, and yeah, I don't see how Anaheim's going to come and win this game. So the Sharks is going to be my pick. San Jose Sharks to beat Anaheim. Edmonton to beat Vancouver. St. Louis Blues to beat Vegas. Winnipeg to beat Toronto. Chicago to beat Florida. Tampa to beat Nashville. Philadelphia to beat Washington. The Islanders to beat the Devils. Buffalo to upset Pittsburgh. Montreal to beat Calgary. Columbus to beat Dallas. And the Rangers to upset Boston. For my best bet, first of all those picks I do when I do standard picks, those are just money line picks, win or lose, no point spread involved in there at all. Best bet, I'm going to go Chicago. That's going to be my best bet for the day. And I'm going to do 2 parlays. I'm going to do one where I just pick 3 teams money line. That's going to be Columbus, the Canadiens, and the Hawks. And then I'm going to do another one, take some of the winnings from today, and I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to go $15 on each individual bet, and then I'll put 50 on the parlay. And I'm just going to go 2 games and 2 unders. I'm going to go Flyers to beat Washington, and I'm going to go under in that game. And I'm going to go the Jets to beat Toronto, and I'm going to go under in that game. Again, risking $110 and to return 993.51. Which would be awesome. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great start to the weekend. If I seem a little off, it's because I'm tired. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.